In exercise 5-9, we're going to move on to annuities now. And we've got three parts here to this exercise. It says using the appropriate present value table and assuming a 12% annual interest rate, determine the present value on December 31st of 2021 of a 5-period annual annuity of $5,000 each of the following situations. So the first payment is on December 31 of 2022, and interest is compounded annually. So if you watch the introductory video, the first thing is that an annuity is just a stream of payments for our purposes. And then the second thing is annuities can be classified as either an ordinary annuity, where the payment comes at the end of each period, or it can be called an annuity due, where a payment comes at the beginning of each period. So in this case, the period starts on December 1st of 2021, but we don't get a payment until December 31st of 2022. So that's an ordinary annuity. So what we have to do is we go to the present value table, and we want to find the present value of an ordinary annuity. So this is going to be table 4, present value of an ordinary annuity. And you can see I've used these tables before. And it is $5,000 at 12% interest rate for 5 periods. So we come over here to 12% for 5 periods is 3.60478. So number 1 is 3.60478 times, and it's the annual payment that we put in here. It's not the sum of the payments or anything like that. It's just the annual payment that we receive each year, and that's going to be $5,000. So when we multiply that out, that's 3.60478 times 5,000 is going to be 18,023 and 90 cents. So again, if you if the 10% was it 10% interest rate, 12% interest rate is a correct interest rate, you would be indifferent between receiving $18,023.90 today and receiving $5,000 a year beginning a year from now, and receiving it for 5 payments of $5,000 each. You would be indifferent. So what does that mean if somebody says that they come up to 18,000, and you say, oh, I'd much rather have the 18,000 than the 5,000 every so often? That means that your interest rate is actually higher. Your discount rate is actually higher. It may be 15 or 20% before you would be indifferent. And what if you say, heck, I'm not going to take the 18,000, I want the 5,000 every year? That means your interest rate is lower on that. And so companies tend to be what's known as risk neutral. In other words, they will be indifferent at a discount rate because they can invest in enough projects. Individuals, on the other hand, tend to be risk adverse. They would rather have the money in the hand now than a series of payments over time. And so that's why we see individuals' interest discount rates being higher than what you see for companies. And conversely, there are risk-seeking people, right? And, we see those people every day. They buy lottery tickets. The chance of winning the Mega Millions, I think I read, was 302 million to 1. So if you buy a single ticket, you have a 1 in 302 whatever million chance of winning on a single ticket. And so you're risk seeking. You're willing to earn that, whatever the pot is, 300 million, 400 million, versus spending the $2 for a ticket. and that would be risk seeking because the present value is far less than what you would get. All right, so let's go on to part 2 on exercise 9. The first payment is received December 31 of 2021, and the interest is compounded annually. Okay, so now we need the present value of an annuity due because the payment is coming at the beginning of the period. And so now I got the same interest rate, 12%, same number of years, 5 years. And so I look at this and I see that the present value is 4.03735. And it's still times the same $5,000. And we get 20,186 and 75. So we can see that by getting that stream of payments at the beginning of the period instead of the end of the period, it's worth a little over $2,000 to us in present value terms to get it, now instead of a year later on that. So that's part 2. And then number 3, we got a little bit going on here on this. It says the first payment is received on December 31st of 2022, but the interest is compounded quarterly. Okay, so there's actually more going on there than what you think. So when we have compounded quarterly, what we're going to do is we're going to divide by 4, the interest rate by 4, and that's going to give us 3%. But we're going to take the number of periods up, and that would be no, that's not going to work out. So the interest is compounded quarterly. Okay, so what we need to do is a stream of on that one. So the first one would be the present value of so what we're going to do is take the present value of a lump sum, $1, and we're going to do, like I said, the divide by 3 or divide by 4 since it's compounded quarterly. So 12 divided by 4 is 3%, and we're going to have 4 periods. And so we end up with 0.8. So 3% times 4 periods is 0.88849. And we're going to multiply that times the $5,000. And when we get that, we get 0.88849, and 5,000 times we get 4,442 and 42 and 45 cents. Now, what we have to do is we then have to take this $4,442.45, and we're going to discount that at 12 each. We're going to take each stream of that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, we get the payment at the end of the year, so we're going to take the 12%